Hey guys, we're back. So the last 4 songs you heard were "The Anchor" by Bastille, "Now or Never" by Halsey,
Ooh.
"What If I Go" by Muramasa, and "It Was Love" by Lonnie.
Awesome. That was good.
Great songs.
Those were good songs.
Very classy songs.
Yes, they were. Very much.
Speaking of classy and timeless,
Wow.
The Lion King live action
Yes!
film is coming out July 2019, and it has been announced that Seth Rogen will be playing Pumbaa.
Oh my god,
That's
and-
amazing.
perfect.
And
That is perfect.
Billy Eichner will be playing
Oh my
Timon.
gosh.
Billy Eichner is the perfect
Eichner.
Timon.
Eichner.
I think
Tomato,
it's Eichner.
tomato.
It might be Eichner.
It might be, I don't know. But you know
Who
who we're
knows?
talking about.
Yeah, he is known for Parks and Rec. He's been in he was in Neighbors 2, which I have not seen.
Right.
He was in Hairspray Live, and he'll be in this.
What's his segment? It's like Billy on the Street or
Yep.
something. Yeah, that's what it's called.
What's
Where he just
funny,
runs
though-
and yells at people.
Yeah.
It's great.
And Seth Rogen was in Neighbors 2, so this isn't the first
Oh,
time they'll be working
yeah.
together
Oh,
in
true.
a very different type of film.
Yes,
But-
that's perfect casting, though. I can see that.
I'm very excited to see what the rest of the cast comes out, and I think after Beauty and the Beast, there will be a lot of high expectation for where this film goes.
Very true.
So do you guys have any thoughts on The Lion King before I ask my
Ooh.
fun question?
You have more than one fun question.
Yeah.
I like I said, think that casting's perfect. I'm very curious as to who's gonna be, like what direction they're gonna go down with. Like, are they doing? I don't know if they've released this yet, but are they doing like with the Beauty and the Beast remake? It was kind of like it was animated in like CGI or whatever, and so it's like
yeah. Is it
the-
like Jungle Booky?
I'm very
Right.
curious.
you know
But see, the thing with the ones they have done versus this one is even the Jungle Book, there was one
human.
human.
Yeah.
That's
The Lion
true.
King has no.
Right. And they
humans.
do like in the Broadway and like theater version, they
Mhm.
have it actual people, and then their costuming
Mhm.
is insane and amazing. But
like-
and more like abstract. But this, it's like the
Yeah, Seth Rogen. But the thing is, when I
just gonna
picture
be them
Seth
voicing
Rogen,
or
like,
being.
it
you know?
it just said that they were those roles.
Right,
But
right.
I can't picture Seth Rogen dressing up as Pumbaa
yeah.
and like it being serious.
I'm not seeing it.
Right. No, and in my head too, I think it was because like, I guess like the theater version was what I was thinking
Mhm.
about, because in it it's like Timon and Pumbaa, I think, are more like the people you can't they're more like puppets that they have,
Mhm.
and so like the
True.
people aren't there or like aren't
Mhm.
supposed to be there, and you're not supposed to acknowledge that they're there. While with like Simba and Nala and stuff, it's like it's obviously a person
Yes.
dressed up in like traditional, like what the like garb would be, with their like big headdresses and stuff like that have the lions like faces
Mhm.
and stuff. So I think in my head I was going like they went in different directions for the theater version, so it's going to be interesting to
Mhm.
see.
And yeah, and like with
'Cause, yeah, there
theater,
is no
the
human.
whole dramatization makes sense
Right.
over a movie. So.
Exactly.
And they definitely want like a whole kid-friendly aspect. So
Right.
I'm very curious. But
right, because like I could see the CGI. Like I didn't see Jungle Book, like the remake of it, but I could see it going more down that direction. Which not that
Definitely.
isn't kid friendly at all or anything, but I feel like it'd be less kid friendly than Beauty and the Beast, because like since it is like wild animals that look very realistic. I don't know,
Mhm.
like me as a child, I'd probably be like, oh my god.
yeah, well, that actually plays into my question because,
Wow.
well, what you're kind of describing is a darker version
Mhm.
of it. So my question for you guys, and I'm going to answer my own question first
Okay.
because it'll make sense in a
Perfect.
second. But is what Disney animation would you like to be the next live
Ooh,
action?
That is a good question.
And my answer is Mulan for multiple reasons.
That is
One,
coming
yes.
out.
Yes.
they're doing
What?
live action Mulan?
Yeah, live action Mulan is coming out in 2018.
Wait, why hasn't that had bigger coverage?
I think
sorry.
they're a little worried about casting right now. They haven't released a cast list. I don't know that they have it all together.
Well, that's actually one of my points is
Mulan.
as why they have to do it. My other point was that I think they could do a very like dark version of it where it could still be kid friendly, but it has a very like gothic, like
Yeah,
dark
Mulan
bit.
is supposed to
Wow.
be the first in a series of 19 live-action Disney movies that are going to be coming out in the next few years.
Amazing.
One of them is The Sword and the Stone.
Oh gosh.
I
That's an
believe,
obscure one.
I can't remember what the other ones are. I will get back to you with those.
But my reasoning for especially doing Mulan, it has to do with casting, and it makes me frustrated that they're saying they're having trouble with casting. But I think the reason it's so needed is because there's such a great variety of Asian actors that do not get the work that they deserve because of the stigmas with Asian
Right.
actors in the
Right.
the field. So I think this would be a great opportunity for a lot of them to shine.
Mhm.
And I think one of the only problems people have with the first Mulan, like the animated one, is the fact that so many white people were playing
voiced.
voices
Yeah.
of Asian characters,
Right,
and
right.
it just goes with the whole like glass ceiling thing. And I think that this would be such a great opportunity.
Gosh, and,
and
Mulan.
can you picture like little
Let's get down.
oh my gosh, I'm
to
totally
business.
blanking on his name.
What?
Little
Mushu.
Mushu, like an animated Mushu, like that's
Wow.
what we need.
That would be sick.
And the little bug. I'm totally
the
blanking
lucky
on every
cricket.
name.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
But like Arden Cho as Mulan, like that's
Would be
Yeah,
amazing.
like please.
Um,
So
give me that.
officially, the
Yeah, I was
movie
Googling
is
it.
coming out in November 2018.
Yes.
Wow, I'm so excited.
It's being directed by Nikki Caro, who's only the second woman to direct a movie from Disney with a budget over $100 million.
Wow.
So that's a big win.
And sorry, what's interesting, because I'm looking at IMDb right now, is that it's like they have the cast and crew for it, but it's only the crew. There is no cast
Yeah.
that they have listed.
That really frustrates me because I feel
know,
like
but
they're
get on.
I will.
I could think of a couple people. I forget the name of her possible love interest that the right, like something like that?
Shang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He okay, like you know how there's that like weird dynamic of like when you're attracted to like animated characters where you're like, wow, like
He's
Aladdin.
definitely one.
He's definitely one of them. But I'm like I can think of a couple people where I'd be like, yes, that's who that should be.
I've seen some great like Shang cosplays, and
Oh.
I'm always like, wow, like this works in like in live action very well. So
Yes.
it's what the world
That's a good
needs.
one.
Because there's like the animals and the humans. So
Right.
what would you guys say besides Mulan?
Oh my gosh. Cuz Mulan's like my top. Like out
It
of Disney
really is.
movies, I hadn't seen it, or I had seen it, you know, when I was a kid, and then just hadn't watched it until like this past like Christmas break. And it was on like Hulu or something, and I was like, you know, like I'll just watch it or whatever. And I'm like, wow, this is the best Disney movie, and it has like one of the best soundtracks. Like, oh, it's just amazing. So yeah, that one. Oof, it's like really hard because if we're just going by me, like my favorites, I feel like I'd have to think about it a little bit more. But if we're just going by like my favorite Disney movies, it's Mulan, Hercules, and Pocahontas.
Hercules.
So I'm like, I know they did the like weird Hercules thing with The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but that was like just a
Push
whole
it
other thing.
aside, yeah.
And I understand the grave inaccuracies of Greek mythology that is in Hercules, but I don't really care. So I'm like,
I think if they kept with the authenticity, yeah, that's a word.
authenticity,
Of the actual animated movie,
Yeah.
then it would be okay.
because that soundtrack is amazing as well. So I just love to watch it again.
What about you, Boston?
My top, obviously, are Lion King at number one, so I'm very glad they're making it. And then Little Mermaid. That's a big one for me.
Ooh.
Which
I actually had that thought. and
Interesting.
I think it'd be
So-
so cool.
they actually may be doing Little Mermaid because there's a little controversy with Universal Studios, who's coming out with their own Little Mermaid movie.
Yeah,
which
and isn't
is
it like
Chloe
it
Grace
has
Moretz.
nothing to do with Ariel, right?
Yes, it doesn't have anything to do with Ariel. But
It's like this circus thing.
yeah, Disney's coming out with their own. They're also remaking Dumbo, which is an odd choice. But it's going to be a Tim Burton movie.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
The
now.
Sword and the Stone is being remade. They're
That's
actually making
interesting.
a Prince Charming movie which is just about one of the princes, either in Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. They haven't said which one.
I feel like and this may be like completely inaccurate, but I think Prince Charming is, or I guess it's Cinderella too, right? Because like that they refer to, because like Snow White, I think, is for sure Prince Charming.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty's Prince Charming.
Is it? Oh,
well, he has a name, but she
Philip.
refers to him as Prince Charming.
Yeah, because so I'm like a huge Once Upon a Time fan, and they do not follow the constructs of Disney at all, where it's like they use the characters and stuff, but they connect them and they do all these different plot things, and it's super interesting, but it's definitely different from like just the the animated films that you watched when you were a kid. But they like, I know it's like with or I guess Philip is Ariel, I think. I'm not sure, but they all have names.
Yes.
But then the one who's Prince Charming, quote unquote, is Snow White's husband. So in my head, I'm like, that's Snow White. But that's an interesting.
How do we feel about live action Snow White?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
I don't think it should be done, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming out with a sequel to Maleficent, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, interesting.
I love the story of Sleeping Beauty.
I do too.
The scene where they bake the cake has always been very satisfying to watch.
I haven't watched that
And
movie in a very long time.
I would be curious to see it in live action. I haven't seen it, as most Disney movies. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
I don't think I've seen that since I hit double digits.
Wow.
They did do a little bit of the cake scene in the Maleficent movie.
I never saw that.
It's
That was
very
with
good.
Elle Fanning, right? She was
and
okay.
Angelina
And,
Jolie.
I knew that because she looked fierce in that movie with her horns. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so worked up with her horns. I was just like, her costuming and like her contour. I was like, girl,
Another
work it.
Another big name you might recognize is Emma Stone is going to be Cruella de Vil.
What?
In
You are a
live-action
wealth of
version.
knowledge today.
How'd
Oh my
you know
gosh.
these
How do you know these
Oh, great
things?
one.
Oh, great. That's wait.
Oh,
that's
live-action
interesting.
Puppies.
Oh,
That's gonna
it's
be
just gonna be a
amazing.
lot of dogs, and I'll
It's
just
like
ignore the things that
I
Cruella
think
de
it's
Vil
like
does.
like how her origin story or something.
Okay.
So there's definitely
Ooh,
going to
like her
be puppies
as a,
in there.
like as a young adult, like just trying to find her way in the world.
Do you guys remember
Emma Stone though?
the 102 Dalmatians
I
where
do. I remember 1.5.
Cruella de Vil is in, I think she's in rehabilitation for
Really? For
her dog obsession for fur, and she snaps back to it or something like that.
I see.
I-
I never.
maybe it'll
I
be
never
along
got
those
into.
lines.
I don't know.
I watched the first one, and then after that, I was like,
I was
okay.
a big fan of those movies.
See,
I
like
watched them
that
a
and
lot.
like Lion King, I was like, I can't really. I've seen the sequels, but I couldn't really tell you like which one was, because they had the like Lion King 1.5 too. They went with that like weird half thing for sequels instead of just going to 2, which makes more sense. But yeah, but that I'm still trying to think about like Emma Stone is. I like that for sure, but that's like a fun dynamic. Ooh, wow! All this exciting news.
So just stay tuned to find out more on all of these sequels that'll be coming up.
Woo.
And yeah.
We're gonna play some indie music for you. Be back.